Welcome to Top 5 Niches of the Week, the original print-on-demand niches show. It's episode 280, and I'm going to share 5 trending print-on-demand niches with you to help you increase your sales in the short term. So let's get right to it. To start, we're going to look at the top 10 best sellers organically, so I'm not handpicking any of these. And let's just look, we have breast cancer awareness, which we know is popular every October. We have the FCAW, we have Kirk, we have Faith Family Freedom, and we have what looks to be Lego Halloween themed Lego heads, which I checked that listing and it was not a part of the Lego brand, which to me is a little bit too close to the, very well recognized brand of Legos. So I would not be selling that shirt. All right, let's go to niche number 1. And how could it not be 6-7? I don't know if you guys looked at any niche research tools lately, but it is absolutely dominated by recently submitted products, by the way. Like, check the upload date that you can see here from Merch Dominator, the research tool I use to basically data mine Amazon and serve me these trends. Like, I would never know about this trend, honestly, if it wasn't for the research tools. But 6-7, I think we've been talking about it for a month straight now, and I know a bunch of you are making a lot of sales selling in this niche. And what do you know now? Here we are a week later, another week later, I should say, about a month later, honestly. And there's just new ways to make the 6-7 shirts. Like, I don't think we've talked about a square root of 4,489 shirt yet. But here we are talking about square root 4,489. When I scrolled through Merch Dominator, recently submitted products that have sold, this was by far the number one trend, these shirts right here. And there's no design, by the way. You don't need to be a good designer to make money with print on demand or to be successful. These are a massive trend right now, and I think you should jump on it. Square root of 4489. Check my math. I'm pretty sure it's 67. The next one here, it's like a Roman numeral, VI for 6, VII for 7. The next one says, do the math, 9 times 7 plus 4. Let me guess what that adds up to. Behind me here, you can see Haunted by 6-7. And then here's just another 6-7 shirt. And by the way, I could have shared page after page after page of these. They're newly submitted, by the way. So it's not like, oh, it's too late. Like, people have been watching Top 5 Niches for the last month thinking it was too late. And I'm proving those doubters wrong again, because pretty much every shirt I just showed you was uploaded in the last few days and it's already selling. Here's one, just a big number 6 on this shirt. Now, if you upload a number 6 to a t-shirt, that's nothing new. But if you market it as a 6-7 Halloween costume, guess what? You're tapping in using SEO, using intelligent SEO to massive demand that those old number 6 shirts are not tapping into. So hopefully that makes sense. If not, you might want to check out my full print on demand course linked in the description so I can help you make sense of this and really start monetizing these trends. Just saying, that was an organic plug, by the way. Your business branding isn't just online. It needs to look great offline too. And that's where design.com comes in. Once you've got your logo, you can instantly create thousands of print-ready templates, including business cards, flyers, brochures, letterheads, you name it. The cool part? Everything's perfectly matched to your brand's colors and style automatically. So whether you're handing out a business card or posting on Instagram, it all feels like you. And you can customize everything. Change the layout, the text, the images until it's exactly what you want. Then just download the files or send them straight to a printer. If you want your business to look sharp everywhere, then use the link below to lock in a discount and get started today. Let's move on to niche number 2, which this week is breast cancer awareness. We know that these month-long trends typically see the most demand in the first week. Well, right now they are basically peak demand, and it's not too late to upload and sell new designs. Believe it or not, you could even try to cross niche. Like, it may not make any sense, I'm just thinking out loud, but if you took like niche number 1, the 6-7, which is a massive trend, and maybe cross niched it somehow with breast cancer awareness, or we know that there's like Halloween cross niched with breast cancer awareness, like in October we wear pink with the ghost, save the boo bees. Behind me here, like, there's definitely ways to cross niche and get creative. And again, it's not just because it's a clever design. A lot of it just has to do with the SEO aspect, separating yourself from where the majority of the competition lies, which is in just the general keywords, breast cancer awareness shirt. The more you can get long tail keywords introduced or sub niche or cross niche, the better you're going to fare in these really popular niches that are in peak demand right now. So here's just a few more. On these first 5 that I shared, the BSRs, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 7,000, 14,000 behind me. Here's 5 more. 16,000, 18,000, 19, 20, 20. Okay, behind me here, by the way, you've got in October, we wear pink and watch football. You know, I love football. And in October, it's like, well, you got breast cancer awareness, you got Halloween, you got football, right? Like the cross-niching aspect, really smart if you ask me. So niche number 2, we knew this was coming. We talked about it in advance. It's definitely not too late, at least on Amazon, to be uploading and selling. I know some people like to get out way ahead on Etsy, and I'm not going to, debate that, but like you can definitely upload to Etsy today and still get visibility to your listings. Whether or not it sells, well, you would have been better off already building sales velocity coming into peak demand. That's definitely true. Moving on, niche number 3. This week, it's going to be Aunt Tifa. So if you have an aunt named Tifa, well, she can go buy a t-shirt on Amazon because it is a current trend. I am Aunt Tifa is the first shirt. That is a 350,000 BSR. The next shirt says Aunt Tifa with an American flag. Actually, the next 2 shirts do. And shirt number 5, BSR 700,000, 1.4 mil. The 4th shirt there says Aunt Tifa, gray-haired old lady waving an American flag with a cape on. That has a 600,000 BSR. Here's 5 more. You've got the kind of political box style design right there. It says Aunt Tifa, 500,000 BSR. Next one, using a distressed font right there. It says I am Aunt Tifa, 1 million BSR. I forget the name of the famous girl with like the headband on showing her biceps, but it says I am Aunt Tifa. So you guys get the gist of it. BSRs, they're not like bestsellers, but they're generating sales. And a lot of these were recently uploaded. And that to me is a nice signal. Like we might be talking about this next week with even better BSRs. Time will tell, but I like to look at, because Amazon shows us it when they were published and if they've sold. When I see those data points lining up, I think, okay, this could be an emerging trend. I want to get on top of it. So niche number 3, Aunt Tifa. All right, moving on. Niche number 4, Showgirl and Showcat. And yes, I do believe this is likely related to Taylor Swift. So like personally, I'm not selling any Showgirl, specifically Showgirl, right? Because isn't the name of the album Showgirl? Let's just look it up real quick. Taylor Swift album. Let's see what we get here. Yes. Life of a Showgirl. So that being the case, I would personally stay away because as we know from the previous history, the Taylor Swift stuff, while it generates a lot of sales, it also has the potential to get your seller accounts closed on Amazon, on Etsy, on any platform. So I would just play it safe personally. And that's with regards to Showgirl. But does that mean that you can never, ever again upload a shirt that says Showcat or Showgirl for that matter, right? Like these are very blurred lines. And I always say play it safe because print on demand is a long-term business model. And there's plenty of other niches that we've talked about today, for instance. But Showcat, is Showcat okay? To me, Showcat is not Showgirl. For albums called Showgirl, then Showcat should be fine. That's just my personal thoughts, though. I am just a talking head on YouTube, so don't trust me with your account health and account safety. Do your own research and make your own decisions. But Showcat, I think, makes a lot of sense. And here's 5 more. So in my Showgirl era, it also has the word era in it. It's like, if you do feel compelled to sell this, guys, I would not do it on Amazon merch at a minimum because we know that they have the stingiest content policy. Let's move on to niche number 5 this week. Oh, before we get to niche number 5, I have a free print-on-demand mini course to help you get started. That's linked in the description. And check out my print-on-demand Facebook group. It's completely free to join, linked below. Niche number 5, piggybacking off niche number 4's momentum. It is October. It is going to be Halloween. It is a relatively new album that's very popular called Life of a Showgirl. So how about Life of a Showghoul? Right? Cross-niching with Halloween. We know why people are buying it. And again, it's up to you if you want to sell this, but Life of a Showghoul is doing pretty well. Look at the BSRs, 21,000, 49,000, 71,000, 200,000. Behind me, 190,000. Here's 5 more. Life of a Showghoul, 500,000, 289,000, 297, 786,000, and 200,000. If it's got a BSR of under 1 million, it's making semi-regular sales. Obviously, the lower the BSR, the better. So this to me is just a screaming opportunity of something that I think is removed enough from, the name of the album per se, and it's cross-niched with Halloween. and it's generating plenty of sales as evidenced by the BSR. So it's not speculative. We actually have data to back this up. I think Life of a Showghoul is a great example of taking two trends, cross-niching them, and giving the people what they want. All right, moving on to emerging trends. This is where we're looking at, and we're using Merch Dominator to do this, by the way. This isn't me trying to do this by myself. That would take forever. We're looking at shirts where their current BSR, meaning their recent sales that is driving their current BSR, is outperforming their 90-day average. Could be indicative of an emerging trend. And, well, what do you see here? We got FCAF, we got Mermaid Security. Stuff like this does really well around Halloween. Cubanito. I do believe it's Hispanic Heritage Month from September to October, in the middle of September to middle of October. So a lot of these make a lot of sense. Just examples of like cross-niching Halloween with like a cat there, or Halloween with a Saint Bernard there. That looks hilarious. Like it's wearing a, doesn't its skin kind of droop like that? Like it looks like a ghost. Anyways, lots of potential. There's another Mermaid Security design there. Here's Heal Cancer. So breast cancer awareness with pink. So a lot of these, like this is another way of identifying trends that might not have been on your radar pretty easily using Merch Dominator. All right, looking ahead, I hand selected some smaller, easy to overlook niches, calendar niches. November 5th is Gunpowder Day. November 6th, Men Make Dinner Day. November 7th, International Merlot Day. November 9th, Chaos Never Dies Day. And November 11th, Veterans Day. So they're at least a month out. All right, let's look at the archive. These were trending 23 months ago. Could be indicative of what people are going to be buying 1 month from today. And what do you know? A lot of Thanksgiving niches, probably to nobody's surprise, even a few Christmas niches as well. So that's right around the corner, guys. This year is flying by. All right, removed designs. Let's bring it home. These were all removed in the last 24 to 48 hours. So it doesn't mean that it was removed by Amazon necessarily, but it might have been removed by the uploader. For instance, like the Oktoberfest stuff, you know, that kind of comes and goes every year. So maybe they just removed that to free up an upload slot for another niche per se. Just wanted to share this though, in case you see anything that you're selling, maybe double check. You know, when I see something like Colbert and Kimmel, that to me is, you know what I mean? That you don't want to be uploading those if it's the name of a popular talk show host, right? All right, guys, thank you for watching till the end. I do have a full print-on-demand course linked below where I can help you replicate my success as a print-on-demand seller. If you're interested and want to learn more, check that out. Thank you for watching, though. Please like and subscribe on your way out, and I'll see you soon with another new video.